say this main event absolutely over delivered, and this was a PWG match in every sense of the word. It was different. The style was very un-WWE in a lot of ways, and my God, that hot tag Randy Orton got, it was what this match was built for, because that was sensational.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. I am here for all the Randy love. Randy's somebody that could be a polarizing figure when it comes to the amount of love he gets from people for as far as in ring. But you were right, Keila. That guy and the hot tag and just. And credit to the match, the way it was laid out and built for Randy Orton to get that tag and everything that led up to Randy Orton getting the hot tag, including the Claymore kick from Drew McIntyre on the Roman Reigns. Little thing, but just going back to even the beginning of the match, the entrances and the reactions to them, everybody felt like a star that came out in this match. Everybody felt like a big deal. Drew McIntyre felt like a big deal, like he needed to be. Like he felt like somebody who could go toe-to-toe with Roman Reigns. RK Bro is probably the most over act in the most over babyface act in WWE right now. The Bloodline is, when that music hits, there is a loud screeching. There is a loud and vocal group of women that you can hear screeching when that music hits and Roman Reigns walks out with no shirt on. Like there is a loud chorus of women that you can hear, and you can see the people rise to their feet. And I love watching Roman's entrance just for those visuals, because you don't see him on a lot of other people's entrances. And there are levels to this, and he is clearly levels above. And I enjoy the visual aspect. Like Cody gets that. Cody gets that reaction at the beginning of the show. Roman gets that at the end. I love how Roman kind of, they built it up a little bit. He tagged in. He was ready to go in, and he's like, nah, y'all think y'all getting me? What? Y'all know? Come on, man. Tags out. Love that aspect of it. Main event Jay, he was fantastic in this match as well. The Usos doing what they do best. Riddle did a great job. But man, Randy Orton, he had the crowd chanting for him before the match even started. Like, this guy is just, he's on a roll right now. The connection he has with the audience is special right now. And honestly, I think he's somebody that, from this match, I think you go with him versus Reigns for, a title match before you get to him versus Drew, just because of the crowd reaction, man. Nobody expects Roman to lose the title anytime soon, but the crowd will be into that match. They'll be with it because it's Randy. I think you have something there. The RKOs from Randy Orton, the one he hit on Roman when he went for the Superman punch and he caught him on the way down in the ring, that was beautiful. Riddle's top rope RKO. I love how Riddle's just incorporated so much of Randy into his moveset. This was just a great match. This felt like one of the Raw six-mans that the Shield used to have against literally any three people they were put in the ring with. This was that good. This was a great match. I know some people aren't happy with the finish with Roman picking up the big win over Riddle after pretty much going through everybody. Superman punch to Randy Orton, slamming Drew McIntyre through a table, and then spearing Riddle to get the win. So he pretty much laid out everybody. I get why, and you definitely could have had RK Bro or Drew McIntyre. Actually, he probably would have been the ideal one to pick up a win over Jimmy, not main event Jay, Jimmy. Like, God dang, they just love beating Jay when Jimmy's right there. Jimmy. But to that, if Roman Reigns is in the match, he shouldn't be losing. I'm completely fine with Roman Reigns. If he's in the match, he's not losing. Like, that doesn't bother me, because it's like he's like Thanos. Like, he feels like Thanos. When something goes wrong and he steps into the ring, you know what time it is. So when he eventually does lose, it's gonna be a big deal. Even if it's Jimmy again, Jimmy, not Jay, not Jay. Even if it's Jimmy losing, it's going to feel like a big deal. And I can see how you protecting that win will then prolong the win that you put over Roman Reigns in a 6-man, which then prolongs the win for eventually when he does lose that singles match. So I get it if that's what the mindset is, and that could just be me giving WWE way too much credit as far as long-term planning.
Yeah, because that first loss should mean something. Now, part of me would say that maybe it could have happened last night and Drew McIntyre sends the ultimate message to Roman Reigns. But as you said, Jimmy is the perfect guy to take the pinfall.
Right there.
That's the one thing that would antagonize Roman Reigns the most. Like, oh, my main Avenger Uso didn't take the fall, but you did. He will always give Jimmy the side eye for every loss. So every time the Usos are in a match, I look for Jimmy to say, are you going to take the loss here? Well, Roman be mad with you because Roman would cut him the eyes and look directly at him and say, it's your fault. And that would bring dishonor to the bloodline. That would add heat to their storyline. And you can sense things blowing up eventually. You got so many stories that can be built up heading into stadium season. You got the potential of Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. The fans would love that feud. It would be a very good match. You could do it at Hell in a Cell. You could do it at Money in the Bank. You have so many options to space out the big title matches for SummerSlam and eventually Clash at the Castle. You've got Shinsuke Nakamura. You can burn that off on TV or pay-per-view. You've got Randy Orton. You've got Cody if you want to go there. And ultimately, of course, Drew McIntyre and Cardiff Wells. You've got the options right there to make Roman eventually lose in a big setting that counts for something. Because, we saw a video a few days ago that pretty much lays out Roman's next steps, which might not be in a WWE ring. And right now you might want to plan those steps by having these feuds lined up that make sense, that could lead to Roman going through Randy, going through Shinsuke Nakamura, and running into a roadblock when it comes to Cody Rhodes and eventually Drew McIntyre. Because I cannot imagine Roman carrying both of these titles heading into WrestleMania if it is going to be him versus The Rock.
And, WWE does need to be a little careful here as far as what the plans are and who the plans are for. Next we have Hell in a Cell, then we have Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is in Chicago. You got to be careful playing with that Chicago crowd. You can't just put anybody out there. Like, this is what I'm talking about as far as having the next man up ready to go. Let's say Bobby Lashley as an example. Let's say he does end up winning the rubber match over Omos, which we all know is coming. Like, he has a loss to Omos and he's supposed to challenge Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Now, if you had Omos beat Bobby Lashley 2 times in a row, hey, MVP is a good enough talker. That's a fine match to put on, a premium live event. Omos versus Roman Reigns. What the hell? What's going to happen with that? What's he going to do there? You know what I mean? Like, that's fine. That's what you do. That's okay. But I don't want a 50-50 booked Omos or it looks like it's going to be a 33.3% booked Bobby Lashley, because I'm sure it's going to be a schmoz finish. So then we're going to have a 4th match. Holy hell. Like, I just don't and like, it'll probably end up being Seth Rollins. Knowing WWE, he just came off 2 losses. Let's throw him in the main event. He could take another loss to Roman Reigns. Like, this is why you have to have people ready, and it better not be Cody Rhodes. Because I will say that WWE have been putting on bigger matches at Money in the Bank. So that's why I'm wondering, what do they have in store